wanted to talk about habits and how they're fundamental to actually building a good life. So I started reading the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. And basically in the first chapter, one of the big points he hones in on is the importance of making a 1% improvement just over time. The essential point was, if we keep making small increments of change, over time, it becomes a very high level of progress. So, for example, let's say, you just start making your bed, but you hadn't done any sort of like room maintenance for years, right? But all of a sudden you start making your bed. Well, okay, you might not think that's a big deal, but over time you start making your bed. That's your foundation. Then the next step is, sorry, the sun is in my eyes, it's like, but yeah, sorry. The next step is basically that, okay, maybe you start, instead of throwing your clothes on your chair or on your floor, you start hanging them up. I mean, that's already huge. And then, you can see how that builds up over time. And one of the big statistics he said was that if we do 1% improvement, if you continue on a trajectory, it becomes exponential growth. That's a 37 times improvement in whatever you're trying to go after. So if you're trying to become a better writer or a better video maker, or just doing those little things becomes habits. And I think habits are really important and he makes this, it's one of his big points in the book, and why it's so compelling, I believe, to so many people, is the idea that in order to fulfill our potential, we need to build habits in order to sort of reach our highest potential. And I've always, I feel like that's sort of been an intuitive thing that I've understood since I was young, but I've still struggled. So I believe for myself, the reason why that's been such a difficult thing is because I want to see big results. And if I'm the type of person that I want to really feel that I've really done something big. And if you're that type of person, it's going to be pretty hard for you to actually see a lot of results. But I also have a good skill at, when I decide to keep a habit, I tend to keep them. So, give and take, I guess. But until I can convince myself to actually commit to something, it's going to be pretty hard for me to stay on it. But anyway, yeah. So I guess a habit that I'm deciding to commit to is to create some form of content, probably videos. Yeah, obviously there's editing and blah 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 that has to go into making a good video, or either making videos or writing or some sort of content 2 times a week. That's the plan. And I know a lot of YouTubers say, oh, you got to make content every single day in order to feed the algorithm and all that. But if I set my sights way too high, it's just gonna seem like a mountain. But if I start 2 videos, it's very doable, especially if you're not doing part-time work like me right now, because I just got out of school. So I'm starting to build towards my path forward, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's all make it a goal in ourselves. I mean, you don't have to, but I recommend it, to, instead of trying to have a big picture goal, but remember that it's those little steps, those 1% steps, that seemingly small, unremarkable progress that eventually will lead you in a year. 1%, 37 times. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. Imagine a stock, if you're into finance at all, even a little bit. Imagine a stock that grew 37 times in a year. You'd be rich. You'd be very rich. But anyway, yeah, I'm not too much of a finance guy, but I dabble. Let's say dabble here and there. Anyway, I think that basically makes the point. I might make more videos about habits. I really also enjoy talking about philosophy and like wisdom teachings, you could say, like Taoism and Buddhism and other sorts of and Stoicism, of course, very popular these days. But yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, let's let's make that happen. Let's make that 1% growth every day. Make sure to like, subscribe, and keep up for more videos if you really enjoyed it, because I'm trying to build a community here, and I really hope you'll join in. Let's do this. All right, take care.